Hey everybody, I'm Jesse.
And I'm Jenny.
And we're moving and grooving. And today we're here with Drivin' and VIBIN.
What's up, y'all?
Hi guys.
We're actually Outsiders calling, but yeah, Kyle and Olivia, they've been here with us making the RV Nomads movie. They're actually taking off tonight.
Yes,
we are. We've had a good 2 weeks here in Wellington, though.
It's been a lot of fun, and we just got done hanging out with these guys at the pool here, so that was really fun. It was a nice break from the heat.
That pool was incredible. It's a small town. They have this amazing, it's a water park. It's a small water park. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it just opened yesterday, the day before we leave, so we only got 1 day at the pool, but at least we ended on a good note. Yeah.
Jenny and I, we're the new kids on the block as far as full-time RVing and knowing how to do this stuff. And this is a great chance to talk with Kyle and Olivia. And essentially, we typically find a destination, so we go from point A to point B, and we just get there as fast as we can. And we're at a point now, though, where we don't have any set, like, carved in stone dates. So now we actually have the leisure of traveling at a slower pace if we want to. And it's kind of weird because we're not sure what to do. Like, oh, wait a minute, like, well, how do we do that, you know? And so anyways, I know Kyle and Olivia, they do a lot of really cool boondocking spots. They go to a lot of neat places. And so that's kind of something we're probably going to do on our way to Colorado as our next spot. And I wanted to see what you guys thought, just like recommendations. So as we find like destinations, ways that you all would figure out, like how long would you drive, you know, would you prefer, you know, interstates or small roads, and what kind of campsites, just that kind of stuff.
Well, first of all, just like planning our travel route, we're following the weather, one, and just whatever areas of interest there are, and then we follow the free camping, basically. We use resources like freecampsites.net and campendium.com, and we just look at all the different boondocking locations on the general route and direction we're heading in, and that's how we kind of decide like each point along the way, and just read reviews, see photos and stuff, and see if it's somewhere we'd like to stay a while. And we like to keep it super flexible, so if we like it a lot, we can stay longer. If we're not loving it, we can move on to the next spot.
And to give you an example of kind of like the timeline of this, like last summer, probably around June or July, we were in New Mexico, and we knew we had to be in California by Thanksgiving. So really, from that amount of time, we just thought, well, we need to get from New Mexico to California, and we'll follow free camping on that path. So it's a very slow travel pace, and we do have destinations like A and B, but they are most of the time it's filling up between those two spaces. Yeah,
just kind of different areas of the country we want to be in at a specific time. And we were coming from Alabama at that point, actually, and it was summertime. It was really hot, so we headed towards higher elevation. We went to northern New Mexico, spent some time around Taos and Santa Fe, and we got to really escape the heat a little bit and get a little reprieve, which was nice. And then we made it, you know, out west.
And Olivia mentioned free campsites and campendium.com, but we also use Harvest Hosts and Boondockers Welcome. Those are two good resources. They're not great for long stays, but for example, when we were in Denver, we could not find any free camping. We spent one night at a Cracker Barrel, but then we did find an awesome driveway to camp at right outside, and I guess it was Golden, Colorado.
Yeah, they're really good overnight stops if you don't want to stay at a Walmart or something, or a Cracker Barrel. Harvest Host is really cool because you can stay at wineries, farms, museums, all sorts of different businesses that participate, and you can stay a night, and it doesn't, it's like a yearly membership fee. I think it's like close to $45 or something.
For a whole year?
Yeah, and it's like super cool. And like we've gone through tours of wineries, we've gone and picked our own nectarines and apples. It's a really fun experience for the day, so we usually learn something too while we're there.
And most Harvest Host locations can fit big rigs like this. You know, they're not very limited because they'll take advantage of either huge fields that are pretty level or just big parking areas that are empty in the evenings. So you have very good luck getting bigger rigs into many Harvest Hosts, and the website clearly states what size can fit at each location.
Yep.
I'd heard Boondockers Welcome is a great one, but that it might be limited to the size, right?
Totally.
Yeah, that one's definitely, it could be someone's driveway, it could be their field, it just really depends on the individual, but they usually give you a good idea on their page to kind of what they can accommodate. Some even have like an electric hookup for you. But we've met really, really cool hosts every time we've done it. But like Kyle said, it's usually around bigger cities where the RV parks are expensive. They're all booked up. It's hard to find free camping. So in those situations, it's come in handy really well.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll get a membership then with Harvest Host. That'll open up some doors.
Yes.
And so free campsites as a website, and that I guess they'll have reviews and stuff on there as well.
Yes.
So freecampsites.net is great for RVers, but it's even better for van dwellers.
Okay.
So if you're in a large rig, it's not always the best site to use as a resource. A lot of the reviews will say the size, but a lot of the reviews you just have to go there and see. And even our rig has been too large at some of the freecampsites.net campsites that they list.
But Campendium usually is really, really good at making sure that the size rig and cell signal and all of those details are mentioned, and they set it up so that when you leave a review, it's all right there in front of you to just fill in that information, so it makes it super easy.
Cool. Yeah, I wanted to say the best one for last, or at least our favorite one so far. We have both Campendium and the All Stays app.
Yes, we love All Stays.
And they've been great, but so far in our experience, which has been limited, but Campendium's been awesome because it has what cell phones, how much the signal, and many of the reviews are actually pretty thorough.
Yes.
They've been pretty good reviews, and they not only tell you information about the site, but also some local information. You know, so it's been pretty handy.
Stuff
so far.
to do, and we actually find that we recognize most of the users that are leaving the reviews. A lot of them are our friends that we've met on the road. We trust them. We know what they're traveling in, and we know that they're going to leave a thorough, honest review and take good photos too. So recognizing those names helps too.
So our next stop is going to be somewhere in Colorado. We have a couple of places we want to go. There's a really cool mountain biking place called Buffalo Creek. Really top-notch mountain biking trails all through the mountains. And then at the pool, we were talking about how nice the pool was today, and Tom Morton found out there's actually a wakeboarding or a cable park somewhere not too far from Denver. So we're hoping to hit those two places, 8 or 12 hours away. So let's say you were going to be going to one of those destinations in Colorado. How far ahead would you look for your next campsite?
I mean, so I'll tell you right now, if that was our plan and we needed to be there in, say, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we'd be leaving today right now and going to Taos because that's on the way, you know? So it's like, and Taos is probably like 400 miles away, and that's a longer travel day than we would like. But it's an amazing destination, and there aren't that many epic spots in between here in Taos.
And right now, the heat would really motivate us to get to one of those higher elevation areas more quickly. If it wasn't so hot, we might take more time, but more than likely now we would just try to get to one of those destinations like Taos, spend a little time there, have these fun little stops in between, but that are going to be comfortable for us to be there too.
Or like here where it's really hot, finding some elevation, finding some cooler weather, you might have to drive a while. So I guess in that situation, you would do a long drive day.
Yeah, and that's not ideal. You know, maybe once or twice a month, we will do one of those longer days. Maybe not even that much. But honestly, a good example of how we like to travel is like from Moab to Durango. You know, that's maybe 120, 150 miles max. And then from like Durango to Pagosa Springs, that's like maybe another 170 miles.
Yeah,
you know?
we like
so
to keep it to like 2 hours or less of
Okay.
driving time in between, and that makes it a very easy travel day. We leave whenever we want during the day,
Still
get
there
set
with
up in
daylight.
the daytime still. We can make dinner, watch the sun go down, you know, get settled in, and it's very relaxing that way.
You had me at 2 hour travel day.
Yeah, are you taking notes over here?
I mean, some days...
Mr. Tucker has to go to bed. I want to drive for 2 more hours.
Some days we're only driving like 45 miles if we like the area. So.
Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
sometimes we even stay in the town and just move to another boondocking location in the town to get a different change of scenery.
Cool.
So
Cool. Okay. Well, this is good information, and I won't lie. It sounds nice not to have to drive for 6, 7, 8 hours,
oh man.
and then try to juggle. Is the baby happy? Does Tucker need anything?
So from Taos, I would say we'd probably then go to the Great Sand Dunes National Park area, just because there's a lot of free camping there. It's still probably at 5,000 feet elevation.
Oh.
There are some good RV parks there as well. But even then, from there, you can start going into like Salado, getting even up higher in the mountains, and then work your way to Denver from there.
We would really just like start playing it by ear at
Yeah,
that point.
for
Once we
sure.
got in Colorado, we would
Yeah.
just see where we were being pulled and what cool things came up like that. Different wakeboarding park and stuff, the mountain biking trails, just kind of make a list of the things we want to see and create a general route out of those places of interest.
So as you're traveling, weather is kind of one of the top.
Oh yeah.
For us, it
Considerations.
definitely is, because we do like to boondock as much as possible to save money, and we enjoy it. We really like RV parks too. We like the balance of both, but it's nice to have an unobstructed view of nature and be out there, and it's just so nice to go to sleep at night and just you hear the sounds of the coyotes and just nature, and watch that sunset hit the mountains every night. That's just a really good feeling. You have it all to yourself, it feels like.
Got a couple of movie stars here. What are you movie stars about to do?
I think we're about to go on a hike.
Yeah?
Epic hike.
An epic hike.
Up to Martini Point.
Epic.
Martini
Our
Point.
martini's waiting for us. Yeah. Like if we don't have a choice and we're stuck in hot weather, we'll go live it up at an RV resort for a few days and play in the pool and go to the hot tubs. So we like both.
And we do like to stay totally flexible. We do not like to make reservations. So we will make a reservation if we have to. But if we are going to make a reservation, we still want to make it like 2 weeks in advance maybe, just so we can mosey our way to wherever and give us time to either leave quicker to the next destination or to stay a little bit longer.
Yeah, we don't like being held to these, like if we're really liking a place, we want to be able to stay longer if we want to, or if we hate it, we want to be able to move on faster too. So we like having options available.
And if we do make a reservation and then we are going to get somewhere quicker, then we'll just call them up and be like, look, can we move this forward?
Most of the time it's
plans
fine.
changed, you know,
And they're like, oh yeah, sure, we'll move it up a few days or something.
Well, this is why I wanted to ask you guys this, because this is how we travel. We really, very rarely do we make actual set reservations, because so many things happen. Life happens, and you might find a place you love or you hate, and things change, and all of a sudden now you're locked into something. And so yeah, the ability to not have to be somewhere or to travel at your pace. I mean, that's there's not a dollar sign there, but it's a very valuable part of traveling to have.
And we found we don't really travel on the weekends that much. If possible, we won't arrive to an RV park. And if you're arriving to an RV park during the week, they'll most likely have availability. If there's not a holiday or weekend, then it's usually wide open to even call the day before, the day of, and see if they have a spot. And it hasn't been a problem for us.
I can't even remember one time where we haven't been able to stay somewhere. We might not have been able to stay at the park we wanted to stay at, but we could always get a hookup.
Got the hookup in the private plane. Got the hookup. Holla if you hear me.
In the town we needed to. It's never been an issue.
For sure. But holidays and weekends definitely should have a reservation. You're not going to get in there.
We definitely
and
think
it's going to be louder
exactly.
and, a little bit more rowdy on the weekends.
That's a recurring theme. Dan and Lisa of Always on Liberty said the same thing. Said if you want to be anywhere on a holiday weekend where you need hookups, plan it well in
Yeah.
advance.
And, I mean, on a holiday weekend, we are boondocking. You know,
Yes.
we're gonna. The 4th of July is on a Monday. On like Thursday or Wednesday, we'll go get our boondocking site and just hunker down.
Be out in the
Okay.
out away from everyone and just kind of have our own little thing going on.
That's how we would be as well.
I saw Jenny shaking her head like,
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
like that's how we travel. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you still get to see the fireworks and stuff
Yeah.
from afar,
and you get
but
to see more. Really.
Yeah.
Exactly.
you just don't have to be in the middle of everything if you don't want to. But we found that lots of cities and communities have cool events and community events that you can go attend if you want to too. So it's fun to go to these places, and during any holiday really, they're at RV parks in the community, there's dinners, there's fireworks shows, all sorts of stuff that you can join in and be a part of.
Yep. Yeah, if you're in Utah, Colorado, Arizona, or New Mexico, you can have short travel days and be at amazing spots. And that's just
so many beautiful places, so much Bureau of Land Management land with free camping available on these public lands, and it's just the most epic views, and it's just beautiful.
And the scenery changes so greatly in that the range.
Yeah, and it's like not places we ever knew about before. We're just looking for a place to camp along the way, and it ends up being some of our favorite places and favorite little towns that we've never heard of before, just that we stopped along the way.
That's awesome. It sounds great to me, but I can tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, Jenny really looks forward to traveling at a slower pace.
Yes, I do. We have crossed the entire United States three
days.
times in the past 6 months.
Wow.
That's a lot
That's
of
a
driving.
short amount of time for that many miles.
So yeah, we're ready to do some slow traveling. So hey guys, thanks so much for sharing your wisdom with us.
No, it's been great getting to know you guys and little Tucker too, and I hope we get to meet up again down the road.
Well, thanks guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see you. Actually, you're doing your renovation, so you'll
That's
probably
it.
be tied up working until October, right?
We'll be busy.
will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Traveling real slow.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be cool to see the results when
There
you
you
guys
go.
get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be in our new and improved rig by then, and we can invite you guys over and do another collab then.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so there you have it. That's the way Kyle and Olivia with Driving and VIBIN travel, and I think that's gonna be pretty awesome. We're traveling at a nice and slow. Yeah, we don't have a routine like you guys,
Oh no.
but I'm gonna say I'm Jesse. You see, I'm
Really?
Jenny, and we're moving and grooving. And today we're here with Driving and VIBIN.
Sure.